SurrogateFirst presents Independent Person's Agency Surrogacy Journey. So I'm so excited to be with you guys today. Thank you guys for viewing. SurrogateFirst, we do bi-weekly webinars, so stay tuned for our next one. Our next one coming up is IFI, interview with International Fertility Insurance, so we can get all the details on that. So I hope you guys can enjoy that one. So first, I'm going to start off by introducing myself. My name is Yessenia Latorre. I'm a SurrogateFirst surrogacy educator. Sorry. I'm a former surrogate and I currently work as a surrogacy educator at SurrogateFirst. Over the past 2 years, I've had the privilege of being featured in numerous articles, podcasts, and television programs around the world, where I've been able to share my surrogacy experience and help to spread awareness on surrogacy. And that's why I love to do what I do. So in 2021, I started sharing my journey on TikTok. I've gained over 227,000 followers, and I never imagined my platform would grow to this big, and I'm so grateful. But I'm so excited to share my knowledge and experience with you guys all today. So just a little bit of the overview. We're going to be talking about compensation and benefits, experience, postpartum, tips if you choose to go independent, and facts for intended parents. So let's talk about why I choose us. So we have a match guarantee, so no match, no fee. SurrogateFirst guarantees to match you with a qualified surrogate who meets your criteria requirements before you pay any fees. So no match, no fees. If your surrogate is not qualified to meet your clinic's guidelines, then you don't have to pay anything. We also have 100% pre-qualified surrogates. We do medical records review, background check, psychological evaluation, and even a full drug panel. So I think that's really important that we have 100% pre-qualified surrogates. We have 24/7 support available, transparent fees, and ethical values. And something very special about SurrogateFirst is our whole staff is experienced GCs and intended parents. So I think that's really special about us. And why choose us? So you get to build your own compensation for surrogates, and we have a health and wellness program. We truly care about you in your 4th trimester, even after the fact you have the surrogacy baby. So we extend our support even after you complete your surrogacy journey. We have experienced GC coordinators, and we have a Surrogate Plus program and a supportive community. Okay, so let's jump right in. So first, we're going to be talking about surrogacy benefits. And besides the base pay, what type of surrogacy benefits did you receive? So this was actually a survey done with about 200 surrogates here at SurrogateFirst, so we can get these values of surrogacy journeys versus independent journeys. So I think you guys can find some valuable insights from this. And so what we realized from conducting our survey is surrogates managed by an agency receive substantially more benefits. Surrogates managed by agency received more in all categories. All bonuses, maternity clothing, gifts, massage therapy, they received more across the board. And you can see from like travel expenses, legal services, medical insurance, agency definitely outdid independence in the benefits aspect. Okay. And overall, the agency had an average of $13,100 in benefits. And for independent, it was around $11,000. And I will say, like, surrogates who go independent are less likely to receive these type of benefits, like the massage therapy, the monthly allowance, different things like that, because intended parents, a lot of the time, they're going independent to save that money because it could be $20,000 to $50,000 in the agency fees. So that's why a lot of intended parents do choose to go independent. Okay, so compensation satisfaction. How satisfied were you with the compensation you received for being a surrogate? So this is some more information from the survey that we did. So overall, our surrogates were satisfied with their compensation all across the board. Independent surrogates and gestation and agency surrogates, I'm sorry about that. They were satisfied all across the board with, but they were a little bit more satisfied with an agency by 46%. So that is really amazing, but everybody was pretty happy across the board. And independent surrogates, so They do receive more in base compensation, but this could be due to many different factors. So a lot of the time, surrogates, they go with an agency and then they choose to go independent in the future. So a lot of the times, surrogates that go independent, they could be experienced surrogates. So that could be the reason why their base compensation is higher. Also, some girls that choose to go independent, they see it as more work on their end, so they want to get that extra compensation. But overall, everybody was extremely happy. So let's talk about postpartum for independent and agency surrogacy journeys. So what type of struggles did you experience post-pregnancy? And this really surprised me when I was reading this data, that independent surrogates struggled 2 times as much as agency surrogates with post-pregnancy. So that fact like truly blew my mind away. But of those that reported struggles, 40% of independent surrogates experience mental health struggles post-pregnancy, way above the national average, which is around 10 to 20%. So that truly blew my mind. I was just like, wow, is it really that bad? Like, I have no idea. So that really did shock me to hear that girls that go independent don't have the support, and because postpartum can be a hard time for women. But something that we do at Surrogate First is we have a fourth trimester care. We have a package for mind, body, and soul, and this is completely free with Surrogate First. In the future, we are hoping to extend our health and wellness program to everybody, even if you're with our agency or not, because I think postpartum care is extremely important for surrogates. But I think we believe that using an agency can decrease the chances of having postpartum problems, just because you have a case manager that checks on you. And when the parents have their baby, they're really busy. They're taking care of a newborn. They're adjusting to parenthood. So that with our agency, our case managers are always going to be there to support you, even after you have the baby. So I think that definitely can be a reason why women that go with agencies do not have significant struggles compared to independents. So the overall experience. So this is satisfaction by journey management. So 89% of surrogates that chose agency were very happy and satisfied with their journeys. And independent, it was around 81%. And by independent, we mean, yeah, the surrogate was leading the journey. And we have this other category, which is independent with intended parent in the lead. This is basically where the intended parent takes full control. They're managing the finances, the lawyers, the clinic. They are managing all aspects of the surrogacy journey. And for the surrogates experience in that category, it is at 65%. That is like a huge drop. And I'm curious to know why. But that's very interesting. Okay, so I have some recap for the surrogates. So independent surrogates are compensated higher, but at a considerable cost to physical and mental health. We touched up on that in the postpartum area. But so yeah, they are earning more money, but it is at a cost to themselves. And independent surrogacy journeys are on the rise. There are so many more people coming out as dependent surrogates, intended parents wanting to manage their own journeys, and they are rising incredibly fast. Surrogates working with agencies receive an additional $20,000 to $30,000 in benefits and services. So the surrogates, they get all these benefits. They have psychiatric care. They have the support groups. They have the retreats. They have all these different things that I keep mixing up the words, that independent surrogates do not typically receive. And surrogates have significantly higher rates of success at transfer, from 69% to 45%, is something that I learned. And this could be due to many different reasons. I have seen a lot in the industry that if they're going with the agency, that the parents might opt to use an egg donor at times. So that could be a reason why the transfer rate might be more successful. It also can possibly be because the agencies are very strict with their requirements. And so that could be another reason why. And sometimes when you're going independent with a surrogate, the clinics can be more relaxed with their guidelines because it could be your friend or family member that is going to be your surrogate, and that is amazing. But I think the requirements are really important. But yeah, if you're going independent, they sometimes can be more relaxed when it comes to that. And agencies, we do have to stick to a high requirements. I definitely understand wanting your friend or family member to do it, and that would be truly amazing if you can find somebody special in your life to do it for you. But that's just something that we have noticed when looking at all the data. So here are some factors for intended parents. So agency managed journeys match times were the fastest, less than 3 months for people typically going through an agency. And an agency was around 38% faster than independent and 88% faster than independent with IP in the lead. Matches for an agency were completed 78% of the time within 6 months. And in contrast, it was 58% for independent and 60% for independent with IP in the lead for matches completed within 6 months. So that is a big difference. So for agency, we're looking around 3 months, and that's around 40% faster than independent. Okay. I think I got this out of order. Agencies managed journeys have a higher level of success, transfer success 69%, and the success rate jumps to 91% after 2 attempts. So those are pretty high statistics, and it's something really to consider when you are doing a journey. I'm losing my train of thought. That the success rate is higher with an agency, probably because of the clinics being more with the agency's surrogates, and your times will be matched faster when you go the agency route. And I got some positives for going independent. So many people that go independent, they get to save that agency fee. The agency, they charge $25,000 to $50,000 on average, but this includes the screening costs. So it includes the medical records review, the background checks, the full drug panel. So it includes all of that when choosing an agency. Communications at the very beginning when going independent, aside from an agency, sometimes I know with my intended parents, we didn't really start connecting until after my IVF transfer. But I think I would love to have the relationship bloom a little bit sooner. So that is definitely a pro for going independent. And the gestational carriers expressed a more positive birth experience with intended parents. This was also in our survey as well, that the GCs independent, they were extremely happy with the labor and delivery and the preparation for the labor and delivery, and it went a lot smoother for them. And some clinics can be a little bit more lenient on the requirements. So that is something amazing as well. And more surrogates are becoming open to independent journeys. That's what we noticed from our surveys as well, as they're becoming more independent. They want to do it on their own. They want to save these intended parents money, and that is just so beautiful. So I wrote down some tips for going independent. So the first one is thorough research. I think regardless of you're going independent or working with an agency, thorough research is very important. But when you're going independent, I think it's really important to do even more research to see what is everything I'm going to have to manage as a surrogate during my journey. Am I going to have to collect my medical bills? How is everything going to work? Find out everything that you're going to have to do as a surrogate going independent or an intended parent. Matching, taking your time to match with intended parents that align with your expectations. I think that is something really important because you guys are going to be together for the long haul. Surrogacy journeys, they take a long time. I remember mine, it took around 8 months for me to get the transfer. So I was basically with these people for 2 years of my life. So I think matching with people that you connect with, that you want to work with, and your values align and expectations is extremely important. So legal guidance, making sure you have your own legal counsel to navigate and understand the legal aspects. This is extremely important to have separate legal counsel for GCA and GSA, and they should be well versed in surrogacy law. It's so important. Never have the same lawyer. Just don't do it. So another thing is health prioritization. Prioritize your physical and mental health throughout your surrogacy journey. I think it's important to see a mental health professional if you're going independent, for sure. Having group sessions, individual sessions, whatever you are comfortable with. I think mental health is so important when you're doing something as serious as surrogacy. So clear communication, maintain transparent communication with the intended parents and expressing expectations and concerns. So you definitely want to set that up at the beginning. How often do you expect me to communicate with you? Do you want me to message you after every appointment? Would you like a phone call? What do you expect for the communication to be on both ends? So nobody's feelings get hurt, everything can stay great. And compensation. Both parties should fully understand the financial aspects of the surrogacy journey, including the structure of compensation, any additional benefits, and how unexpected expenses will be handled. I think that's something really important to remember is what are you guys going to do when an unexpected event happens, and discuss how you guys will move forward from there. Also, I want to add, use a third-party escrow company to manage all funds. I think that is the safest way for any surrogacy journey, is having a third-party escrow to manage everything, having it fully funded prior to pregnancy. Those are really important tips I hope you guys remember. And communication and boundaries are key as something else, because this is a very serious journey. We don't thinking about becoming a surrogate, we have a free surrogate consultation. You can go ahead and qualify and apply, do your application right on our website at surrogatefirst.com, and try out our surrogate compensation calculator, where you can figure out what compensation suits you the best. That's something I really love at Surrogate First, is we have build your own compensation, because I know a lot of women, they might want to go into independence due to the money aspect of everything, because either way, you're helping a family. But something we have at Surrogate First is build your own compensation to help bridge that gap. I just wanted to say thank you for everybody that joined. My name is Yessenia Latorre, surrogacy educator at Surrogate First. And if you want to reach me, my email is Yessenia@surrogatefirst.com. And if you want to reach the agency, our number is 833-99-BLESS. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I wanted to say thank you guys so much for joining. I hope to see you guys at our next webinar on December 6th, where we'll be meeting with International Fertility Insurance. And thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.